Hey, how's it going, guys? My name is Jackie Fish and welcome back to Mountain Blade II Bannerlord. Today we are diving right back in with another mod spotlight, and today we're taking a look at a really cool Hellenic mod that adds in kind of like the Greek/Spartans into the game. It replaces one of the Empire factions, so if you want to go ahead and use this in the campaign, you can do so. Just recruit the Spartans normally. We'll take a look at that at the end of the video like we normally do, but what we'll do is we'll kick off by taking a look at the units in the enhanced battle test, and then we'll dive into a battle to see what they're made of against the Sturgians, and then we will, as I said, go into the campaign. So let's take a look at the units. Also, I really do love the new enhanced battle screen setup right here. The ability to like kind of put multiple different types of troops and just kind of add and subtract where you need is really, really cool. So let's take a look at the infantry for the Spartans. So if we go down to the bottom, so it's on the Empire, just Empire infantry. You start off with some Spartan youth. These guys are pretty basic, got a fairly large shield, and I actually really like this shield. I wish kind of some of the higher up tiers had bigger shields, because I feel like the Hoplites, you know, were all about that huge shield, and the higher tier ones, they're kind of a bit small. But even still, I do really like this. You know, obviously a very cool weapon. The spear does seem pretty enlarged, but still cool nonetheless, and they have a very cool sheath right there as well. So yeah, not a bad unit whatsoever. Then we have the Hoplites, a little bit more heavily armored. They've got the more efficient kind of chest armor on piece. They've got that Spartan symbol on, which does look very cool, and they are obviously wielding that Zephyr as well, with some armor boots right there as well, some shin guards I should say. Then have some armored hoplites. Again, these are a bit more standardized, kind of got that, you know, brass chest piece on with that helmet as well as the sword right there. Then we go up to the Royal Spartans. I love the helmets on these guys and their armor. I can't even remember what this is called. Lost something. Yeah, I'm sure you guys can let me know what the armor piece is called in the comments down below. But I've seen Lindy Bayham try and put this on and off, and you know, just kind of calculate how much time it would take him. But anyway, yeah, so I love the helmets. It's really, really dope. Obviously got a shield, spear, sword. I believe this is more of a throwing spear, more so than anything else, and like kind of a wielding one, just for the way that Bannerlord works. Then we have the armored hoplite veterans as well. So these are just a little bit more heavily armored. And that's going to be it. I mean, you obviously just have the recruits, and then it goes down to the normal Imperial one. So it's going to be the entire infantry base roster. Then if we go over to the Rangers, we have a handful of archers as well, not you guys. So we have some of these peltists. Again, I really love the shields as well. It's pretty cool. Yeah, which is nice. Then you have the trained peltists, a little bit more heavily armored, but nothing too special. Equipped with more javelins as well to lob at the enemy. We have the archers. That's a good idea about them. And then we go there, we have some more peltists with that really cool helmet as well. Pretty nice indeed. Giving out a little bit extra armor. We have the more heavily armored archers, and that's going to be it for the archers. And then finally, if we go over to the cavalry, we do have two units of cavalry. So we have the citizen Hypassus right here, just a skirmisher cavalry, which I'm sure can do a ton of damage. And then we have these the more lancer cavalry right here, the more melee lancer cavalry, which will be pretty good. I don't think they have access to any horse archers. No, they don't. So just cancel that. So that's what we're going to be bringing. So I'm going to be bringing, so I've got 3 generals. I've got obviously myself. I'll be leading with the armored hoplites. We have a cavalryman, and we also have an archer. In the army, we have 175 of these elite Spartan hoplites, and we have 125 Royal Spartans. So 300 men in our infantry corps. We have 45 of these peltists. And then we have 30 of the horsemen. So a fairly nice army. We're going up against a fairly strong Sturgian army. We've got archers, so they'll be able to hammer us at range, but as soon as we close the distance. But I've also given them a lot of this cavalry. This is actually really good cavalry, so I'm actually going to reduce down their cavalry numbers just a tad, because yeah, this cavalry is actually super scary. This is a noble horse, and I think it will absolutely slaughter me. So we'll probably just reduce their numbers down a little bit. So yeah, let's just dive into the battle. I can go ahead and show you guys exactly what these units do look like. And we'll obviously pursue ourselves on the enemy. Oh, god damn. Yeah, the sun is gleaming right there. So let's take a look at what these guys do look like on the front lines. So it does seem like there are a little bit of clipping issues there with the actual tunic and the leather straps that come down from the armor. So it'd be cool if a modder can fix that. But yeah, I mean, they look really good, obviously. You know, hoplites are hoplites at the end of the day. I love the helmets on the armored guys. They look really cool. And yeah, I want to take a look at them in shield wall as well. So if I get these guys in shield wall, you guys can see exactly what they look like. That's why I think as well their shield should be a tad bigger than it actually is. I always like hoplites with them huge shields. You can see the differences between the just normal Spartan hoplites and then the Royal Spartan hoplites right there. They all have capes though, ready to go off into battle. Looking very nice indeed. Then we have our skirmishers, just some basic Greeks with a lot of javelins. They seem like them straps as well are a little bit messed up, but again, I'm sure the modder can fix something like that. Then we obviously have our cavalry all the way over here. Basically just Lancer cavalry. And I think these guys look amazing. The cavalry helmet looks good. And the other units as well look pretty goddamn awesome. And also look how hairy these legs are as well. My god. And I also love the sword sheath as well. That sword sheath looks amazing. And the horse armor as well, looking really, really good. So I guess what we'll do is we'll close the distance onto the enemy and, yeah, prepare ourselves for combat. Make sure that I don't, obviously, miss out on my opportunity. Let's get our dudes out of shield wall as well. We definitely don't need them in shield wall quite yet. We should be pretty protected by the hill. Balance of battle bar is in my favor, but I feel like the Sturgians a lot of pretty good infantry, so gonna definitely be a telling fight. So yeah, as you can see, this is a spear. Obviously, I can go ahead and flip it around and use it to hit the enemy. And obviously, I have my sword as well, which we'll just get a quick look at as well. So you can see the sword right there. It's pretty short. I think it's actually going to, like a weapon like this is actually going to really struggle in Bannerlords because a lot of the weapons are actually pretty, they have like a pretty decent reach. And I think a weapon like this is actually going to like not have that reach needed. Okay, so I imagine as soon as I come across this hill, the marchers will be in range. Let's close up our formation a bit. These skirmishers definitely need to go on that loose formation because these guys are going to get hammered until they get closer. And what I'm going to probably do is actually just give my cavalry over to the AI as well. The AI generally does a pretty good job at countering the enemy AI. And that's really what I find the cavalry is good for. I mean, I can always just kind of jump in and use it a little bit later on. So, yeah, I guess we're going to close the distance. Let's take a look at their formation really quickly. So, yeah, just in a tight shield wall. That Sturgian shield wall looks so scary. All the axes, javelins. Yeah, it's going to be a bit scary. I mean, my archers are going to hammer us. And obviously all this horse as well on the flanks. Going to be a little bit scarier, but yeah, we have to close the distance, so I'm probably gonna, yeah, we obviously want to match the enemy formation. Let's get to like here, maybe have our skirmishers just in front, like here, I think, and just be very careful of that of the cavalry come flying in on us. And we might actually have to, if we start taking casualties as well, I might have to form a shield wall with the infantry just to protect them a bit. There's also seem like the cape is clipping a bit, so there's a few obviously issues. I also really love the floaty bit on the back of the helmet. That looks really cool. Oh, wow, the AI. Oh, my God. So the AI can't actually see me right now because they're standing on top of a hill. So their archers are actually completely useless right now. They have no idea that I'm here. Oh, this is perfect, really. This is absolutely amazing for me. I mean, obviously, the AI is absolutely brain dead for doing that. But, hey, I'm not going to complain. I'll take every advantage I can get. So let's get really close then. And then just pop our skirmishers on top of the hill. They should obviously volley the hell out of the enemy. And we'll do some good damage on them. So let's just, I guess we're ready, right? Let's get our infantry just like to here. Okay, okay, here we go, here we go. Their cavalry is coming over closer. Infantry form that shield wall as well. Prepare. We obviously want to just try and take out this cavalry whilst we can. Use these spears aggressively. This cavalry is obviously super scary. My cavalry is now moving in, pursuing them a little bit. We should be throwing javelins off at them. Really did not kill, like, any of them. Can't believe how few we killed. Can I get this guy to come fight me? Oh, my God. I almost just got one shot. By some archers, I think. Oh, my God. We are not faring well here. Maybe we just need to close the infantry fight. We have not killed a single one of them yet. Can't break through his shield. My God, okay. Let's just close the distance then. I'm starting to get some kills now, but that cavalry is obviously, as I always said, was going to be a problem. Let's move a little bit closer now. Infantry should be getting in range. Yeah, you can see all the javelins being lobbed off. There's also, we actually have no skirmishers left either. See if I can get a volley off there. Throw my javelin out. Fortunately not. Let's form into a wedge formation. And push on. Oh, for some reason, they put my skirmishers in. Let's break this shield wall, boys. Let's go, let's go, let's go. We're in our wedge formation, the perfect formation to break across this shield wall. Yeah, the reach on this weapon is really not good. But I guess you're supposed to be using your spear maybe a bit more. Not throwing it as much. Sorry, I meant to pause it really quickly. Did not mean to be doing that. Go down to slow-mo so we can actually see some of the units fighting. I'm like cheering. I don't know what button. You can see the wedge formation has worked, though. We have broken deep into their formation. We are taking casualties. Heavy, heavy casualties. Obviously, these are like the strongest Sturgians possible. All the axe warriors and spear warriors. And that cavalry as well. We have any cavalry left. We have a few horses left. We can maybe try and bring them out a little bit. But yeah, I mean, our formation is winning slowly. See if we can just bring down them. The weapon does do good damage. It's just that reach, I think, is really bad. So yeah, 62 damage against heavily armored targets is great. But it's just obviously that consistent damage and the reach I think is going to be painful. Yeah, 62 damage, 65 damage, that's great. I think the armor is obviously a lot weaker as well on these guys. Every kill is actually going to matter in this battle as well, so it's actually going to be a close battle. We have any of that cavalry left, just charge in. I think they're fleeing. Perfect. Can I pick up a javelin at all, too? No, I can't. Can you get on a horse, maybe? Let's see if we can get on this horse. We're also so slow as well. We can, nice. Let's get on this horse. We actually don't have a spear available, though, unfortunately. And by the looks of it, we did just about win that engagement. So Spartans move over. But I think this will definitely be a fun campaign to do. Unfortunately, I don't think this is available with the Eagle Rising. It'll be great if a modder could make this available with Eagle Rising. I know they're working on their own Greek faction, but it would be very cool to have this faction as well, you know, taking part of maybe like the Northern Empire, and then the other two are Romans, and then you have Greek Romans and barbarians in. That'd be really, really cool indeed. Let's see if we can just chase this guy down really quickly. And triple speed is a bit harder to bring him down, especially without a spear as well, and this short weapon. Oh god, he dismounted me. But we got him. Yeah, perfect. There's like maybe 1 or 2 horses left, but we'll call it there. So kill-wise, you definitely see the Spartan hoplites. The Royal Spartans didn't actually do that well, and there's not many of them left as well. They really struggled there. And yeah, that axes, the Sturgian heavy axes are just brutal. So I really wanted to push these guys to the max. So now what we'll do is we'll dive into the actual campaign, and I'll show you guys exactly where you can recruit this unit from. So for whatever reason, I'm not exactly sure why, my game keeps on crashing when I load the campaign up. I think it's something completely different to what the mod is. I think it's an issue with my game. But basically, I'll put up some screenshots for you right now so you can see them in the campaign. And they're basically recruitable from any Empire town. Basically replaces the Empire, at least the Southern Empire, with these units, so you can go ahead and mess around with them. I did, as I said, check the post section of the mod, and I couldn't find anyone else having this issue, so I think it's just I need to verify my game cache, so you guys shouldn't have any problems with it. If you are having problems, though, make sure to just check out their Nexus page. I'm sure they'll have fixes for it if it is an issue that I can personally see. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this. If you did, make sure you drop a like and a comment down below, and I'll see you guys in the next one.